Stress ay isa sa mga madalas nakikita na may association sa cardiovascular disease, sa mga chronic diseases. Pero sa cancer ba, since it's already known as a chronic disease as well, pwede bang yung sobrang na-stress nagka-cancer?
Stress kasi I would consider it as universal risk factor, no? Tanong ko sa inyo, meron bang taong dito hindi na-stress?
Lahat stress.
Lahat stress. May pera ka, stress ka. Wala kang pera, stress ka. Stress kasi, sinasabi nila halos lahat risk factor ng mga sakit na nararamdaman natin. So I think it's not safe to say na ang stress is strongly associated with breast cancer, but it could be one of the risk factors, no? Kaya sa inyo, so we should manage our stress. Tayo ang makakatulong doon para maiwasan natin magkasakit din.
O isang pilosopong tanong, Dr. Alcid.
Hindi ako si pilosopong tasyo.
Kasi marami nagtatanong, pag ba may wire ang bra, makaka-cancer? Pag daw sikip na sikip yung suot, pag kunwari mo, nag-gym sila, pwede ba silang magka-breast cancer sa
Yan ay isang myth, no? Hindi totoo. So, kahit anong isuot mong bra, mamahalin man yan, mumurahin, may wire, wireless,
strapless,
may straps, sports, wala pong kinalaman ang bra sa pagkakaroon ng breast cancer.
Meron ding mga pasyente nagsasabi, pag lakas ka mag-alcohol at mataba ka, high chances ng cancer. Totoo ba yun?
Not to say that fat is ugly, but fat is beautiful. But sabi nila, yung mga matataba, obesity, merong association actually to develop breast cancer. Not only with breast cancer, no, mga gynecologic cancers pwede din. So I think it boils down to yung pinag-usapan natin na diet talaga.
Good lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle. Yung alcohol, there's a very strong evidence na yung mga tao, lalo na yung mga kabataan, mahilig uminom ngayon. They love to party and mahilig silang uminom ng maraming alcohol. So, meron ng mga ebidensya na sinasabi na ang alcohol intake can predispose a patient to develop breast cancer.
How about food? Kung vitamins, wala tayong in-identify that can prevent cancer. What about certain foods that are protective against cancer? Meron ba?
Certain food that are protective against breast cancer, as long as you're eating healthy, there's no one specific food that will put you at a lower risk of having breast cancer. Healthy lifestyle in general, for all diseases, as I think you're a cardiologist, Dr. Cindy. So, healthy lifestyle can prevent you from developing other lifestyle-related diseases. For cancer, for oncologic cases like ours, there's no one specific diet particularly. Sabi nila, yung masyadong fatty, like beef, di ba, matataba, processed food, contains a lot of fats. So, yun yung mga pagkain na yun. Not specific only for breast cancer, but also for other cancer-related conditions. So, yun, yung mga in general, no? But not specific for breast cancer alone.
So, we negate any specific diet to prevent cancer, but choose healthy. Sa mga babaeng nagpapadede, low risk ba sila ng breast cancer?
Yung mga pasyente na nagkaroon ng menstruation na maaga, before 12 years old, for example, sabi nila, mas mataas yung tsansa na magkaroon ng breast cancer. At yung mga babae nag-menopause after 55, mas mataas din yung tsansa na magkakaroon ng breast cancer. Yung tinatawag nilang early menarche at saka late menopause. So, dahil again, because of the hormones, the estrogen. Kasi habang tumatanda ka, yung estrogen din minsan kasi bumababa eh. Pero yung mataas ang level ng estrogen, nagkakaroon ng mas mataas yung tsansa na magkaroon ng breast cancer. So yung question mo na kung ang isang babae ba ay nagpadede, mas mabababa yung chance niya na magkaroon ng breast cancer. I think this is somewhat related to a patient na nanganak kasi. Kasi sabi nila, isa sa mga risk factor ng breast cancer also, yung naligrabin, yung mga hindi nagkaroon ng oportunidad na magkaanak. So, hindi sila nagkaanak. Siyempre, hindi ka naman magpapabreastfeed kung hindi ka nagkaanak. So sabi nila, mas mataas yung chance nila na magkaroon ng breast cancer.
So ulitin natin. So yung maagang nagregla, that's a risk factor for breast cancer.
Yeah.
Yung late nag-menopause, beyond 55, high risk for breast cancer. At doon sa mga hindi nanganak.
Correct.
Pag naninigarilyo ba ang isang babae, high chance ng breast cancer?
Smoking may not be directly related to breast cancer as one of the most significant risk factor, pero may mga association ng smoking with breast cancer. Again, smoking in general, it's bad for your health. Lung cancer, for example, pancreatic cancer, breast cancer, meron na ring association. Although not very specific, not a strong risk factor, but it could be a risk factor for breast cancer as well.
Maraming mga babae ang nagtatrabaho sa panahon natin ngayon. So they are not usually homebody. So sila yung mga nagtatrabaho sa mga offices, etc. And at this point in time, ang career ng mga babae is, the same as the career of men. And yung overwork, overfatigue, isa yan sa mga common complaint, after, days work. So is this considered a risk factor? Parang stress siya.
Ang ini-emphasize natin lagi is well-balanced, healthy lifestyle. Hindi naman mo kailangan pagurin yung sarili mo to the point na parang sinakripisyo mo na yung kalusugan, your health, There's always a limit in everything that we do. I-balance lang natin. Ano ba talaga yung kaya natin gawin at hindi natin kayang gawin para hindi tayo masyadong ma-stress sa buhay.
So, importante pa rin is check-up. So, don't forget to have a check-up.
Yes, very important because if you don't go and see your doctor, I'm not saying every time na lang that you feel something, you go to a doctor. But that's why we're educating them. Sinasabi natin sa kanila, ano ba yung dapat senyales na kailangan nilang magpakonsulta. It's very good point na sabihin natin na kailangan talaga they have to see your doctor. Kasi kung saan-saan nyo lang naririnig, nababasa, you will become more anxious about what you are experiencing. So mas maganda na magpakonsulta talaga.
Walang magsasabi sa'yo kung anong meron ka. Hindi ang TV, hindi ang internet, hindi ang social media, kundi yung pagpapacheck-upan ninyo.
Yes, kasi kahit anong marinig natin sa social media, they may be a very good source of information. But of course, at the end of the day, it's going to be the confirmation or what your doctor think about what you are feeling. Same pa rin, you have to really see a doctor.
So we really need credible medical information.
Yes, we should emphasize the word competent and credible specialists that will evaluate you.